What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Another backyard simulator video here for you guys today. Part of the villages series that I'm going through. For today's video, second one of today, I just played a executive to warm up, so second 9-hole of the day. We are going to Bonifay Country Club. This is a 27-hole championship course in the villages in Florida, located at 10035 Pinellas Place in the village of Ferdinand. Hopefully I said that halfway right. I actually played this one twice when I was down in Florida. Really big fan of this course. This was a fun one. I already played the Destin course last time I recorded stuff out here, so for today's two championships I'm going through this one, which is Fort Walton, and then the video after this is going to be the Pensacola course at Bonifay here. So first time out here, I mentioned did a decent amount of talking in the first video, which I usually do. This one will be a little bit quicker, but playing executive first time out here, playing a home tee here around in about a month. Had stuff to do before getting ready for my trip. Was down in Florida for a week, had my whole illness situation while I was there unknowingly, and then for about 2 weeks when I was back. Then we had all the holidays, and now here we are. So hit balls twice just coming out here listening to like music or a podcast. First time was about a week or so ago. Didn't hit him great, but that was the first time I literally touched a swinger club in 2 weeks after 135 holes down in Florida. Didn't hit it great, and then a couple days ago I came out and I actually just hit balls without the R10 just to get some feel back, and experimenting with a couple things. One, just opening up my stance a little bit, rotating my hands just a little bit counterclockwise to reduce as much that big left miss, and a little bit of breathing that I picked up from Bryson. Basically just over the ball at address, exhale almost completely, kind of contract my abs, tighten up my abs, and then in the takeaway, right before the takeaway, just kind of getting some air in the system and breathing in. And for whatever reason, it seems like I can hit it a little more consistently. Only the second time trying it out here, and it seems like I can kind of get into an extra gear speed-wise for whatever reason with my swing. So apologize if it's annoying. You hearing me inhale. Hopefully the mic's far enough away with my goofy setup because it's so cold out. It's about 30 degrees or so, but we're gonna give it a go. Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, like always. Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Superfast ball, DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, home tee here you're seeing within the Garmin Golf app. Again, go check out that first video I just did, which was Bonita Pass. Should be the video right before this, simulator-wise. Been trying my best to get out one video of the on-course for my recent trip is per week, the best that I can. So basically this schedule has been on and off, rotating every other, or alternating every other Garmin round and then on-course round. The only thing I wanted to mention for this one, besides those couple little swing things, is driver-wise, just to again reduce the big duck hook left. What I did was I moved the slidable weight up into the toe for the fade setting, and instead of, I used to have the Hosel. Hopefully you guys can see that. The Hosel used to be, so there's standard right there. I used to have it for a while at higher, which was playing 8 degrees turned up to 10, which shuts the face 4 degrees. Past maybe month or so, I had it one click down, so it was probably playing 9.5 or so. And then just a couple days ago when I came out, I lowered it back down to one click past standard, so it's probably playing like 8.5 or so. Should again open up the face a little bit. Generally, I think most drivers are the same, but I know for sure with TaylorMade, for every 1 degree you go up, so from 8 degrees standard up to 9, it shuts the face 2 degrees. So when I was 8 playing 10, it was shut 4 degrees, and now going back the other way, it's going to open up the face a little bit. Should help neutralize some of the flight and the path of when I'm swinging, and then, or the ball flight is what I'm trying to say. Should reduce the big duck hook a little bit and introduce more of a at least neutral ball flight, or a little bit of a fade. And then on top of that, just the weight, movable weight, 15 gram weight going up into the toe. So the way the weight works, similar to lead tape, if it's in the toe, that means there's extra weight here, so it's going to take longer for you to shut the face. So this is going to obviously keep it open more, and then vice versa. Before, when I had it in the heel for draw setting, the extra weight here means that it's a little bit lighter up by the toe, which makes it shut down quicker. So I don't know, we're going to give it a try. And Only other thing, right before I hit this tee shot, just going back down, still using the rubber tee, but this is just one down from the super high one that I've been using out here for the past 6 months, a year, whatever. This seems like I use it mainly to get to hit up on the ball a little bit more, tee it high, let it fly type of thing, but I think this, just having it, is maybe a 1/4 of an inch, if that. It's just the one step down, so it's still pretty tall, it's just not quite as tall as the other one. Just change it around, see if I like it, make a little bit better contact, we'll see. But here we go. First hole, par 5, 536. I don't remember. I played so many holes while I was there. I remember the courses I played, but to be honest, some of these, like I remember the country clubs, like I know I played Bonifay, and I ended up playing all 3 of these courses, but I mix up all the names of all the individual courses. Each of those courses have 3 different 9 holes, so there'll probably be a couple holes that I remember some of the layouts on, but to be honest, I can't remember a whole lot of this. So even though I played this course at least once, this Fort Walton course at least once, it's not like I have a major advantage of knowing where everything is. But here we go. First shot. Well, that's low and left. And even despite my adjustments with the driver, my grip, opening my stance, we still do that. So that's why I'm going in that direction with all those things I just talked about, because I still have a miss like that, which wasn't great. But we're off. Second shot now, 314. So I'm going to go 4 hybrid. There's nothing in my bag. I can't even hit my driver if I teed it up. 314, let alone the 30 yards extra for being in the rough. So we're just going to keep it there. Luckily it's par 5. Gonna go 4 hybrid, usually about 240-ish, 245 club. It's down 4 yards, but 10% in the rough is going to be 10% of the 314. So whatever I hit this, say I hit this 240, it's only going to play 210 because of that shortage in the rough. But we'll see what we can do here. So much for my breathing technique and hitting it better. That was a chunk of all chunks. Alright, we gotta shake that off. I played pretty good that first executive I played, hitting my irons. Those were 2 horrendous shots in a row, so alright, at least we're in the fairway. And I can hit an iron here. Tiny little green, 181. Actually, I do remember this course a little bit. I remember this hole a little bit now. Next one's, I think, is a par 3. This was a tiny little green in real life. 181 down 8. So I'm gonna go 8 iron. And I believe this course has a pretty cool finishing, at least in real life, it was a cool finishing 9th hole. Just a groove, half a groove low. Should be pretty straight though. Hit it decent. Go. Not quite. Is that gonna be a +3? It is. Oh boy. Bogey to start it. Alright, I need like a good drive. Alright, par 3. This is a longer par 3 if I remember too. Only 2 tee box options here, men's and women's. Kind of surprising for a championship course like this. There's like 6 tee boxes in real life, so you can see those, all the tee boxes. I don't know why Garmin only had the 2, men's and women's, but second hole par 3, 1 over. 166 down 3. Oh, 8 iron again. 8 iron might have been a little ambitious on that last shot, but this would probably be a little bit better considering I already played 9, cold out, bundled up, etc., etc. Doesn't help when you don't make great contact, but 8 iron I probably should play closer to about 165, 170, maybe even 160 occasionally if I don't hit it great. But Just a tad heely, but that was hit pretty good. That was more the strike I needed last time. It's going to be a little bit long, but pretty good swing, good contact. I'll take that all day long. Where was that last time? I needed to switch those two 8-iron shots. I could have used 163 or whatever the last one was. I could have used that one there, and then I needed that 173 for the previous shot, but that's how it goes, I suppose. Third hole, par 4, 363. All right, we need a good drive here. I really want to. New Year's resolution, increase speed, consistency, and distance. Obviously, as everyone tries to do with their driver, but I really need to start hitting this thing better. Up the right. Kind of a low line drive, but at least it wasn't a duck hook left. It's out there. Should too, considering I'm lowering the loft on it back down towards 8 degrees. Should be able to see, one, ball flight will obviously come down, but two, just from having a little bit less loft on the driver, should see a little bit more distance, I would think. But pretty good shot there. Still didn't square that up great. It was a little bit heely, but not too bad. 101 left, up 2. I really want to. As of late, the wind was eating up everything down in Florida, and even back here, I'm struggling to get like 260, 270. I really want to creep things up to where like my bad shots are there, and I'm averaging closer to like 290, 300 eventually, but it comes down to finding the middle of the club face, getting that speed up there, and having the consistency to get it to go straight. 300 and 290 is great, but if I'm spraying them way left and way right, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good, but that's really where I'm trying to get to. We'll see if that happens or not. 101, up 2. So going approach wedge, this is going to be, basically I'm just going to hit a 100-yard shot here. Or try to. Toey, a little bit left, or could be a lot left. Definitely pulled it. I may need to get down too. Alright, decent distance, just a tad short. Definitely left, I could feel that, but where I've hit worse. Onwards we go. And the camera's still recording, which is always good. I mentioned it in the first video, but never know with these frigid temperatures out here. Sometimes the electronics and technology and whatnot seem to malfunction a little bit when it gets either super hot or super cold. Luckily, as of right now, pretty clear sky, blue sky type of day. The sun's probably warming things up just a little bit, luckily, but we unfortunately haven't had snow yet this year here. Unfortunately, I think later this week we're going to get snow for the first time. Not looking forward to that. 1 over through 3, 4th hole, par 4. Gonna leave it there. 429. Feels odd. Lately, what I was doing, or over the past like 6 months or so back here, was aiming everything out to the right and bringing it back left, but trying to neutralize things a little bit. So just gonna leave it right down the middle. If it fades, it fades. If it draws, it draws. Just hopefully not too much either way. Skied it. Not completely, but that was very high in the face. .219. I mean, it wasn't off like the complete crown of the driver, but that was like a quarter of the ball, quarter to half of the ball up towards the crown. So not great there. All right, got some work to do. 215 down 7. What am I gonna hit? Guess I'm gonna go 5. I don't know. Still kind of experimenting on some of these. Haven't had these clubs super long. I'm gonna go 5 iron, see how it goes. Now I do think what I was talking about with opening my stance and basically rotating my hands before I grip the club a little bit more clockwise or counterclockwise, which opens up the face, reducing that duck hook. I think I need to maybe go a little bit more towards the draw setup for these longer irons, I would think. Generally speaking, it seems like for most people, me included and other people I've talked to, it's easier to get straighter ball flights and have the balls turn over with the shorter clubs versus the longer irons. It's a little bit more difficult, so don't want to spray this 30 yards right. So I'm going to go a little bit more towards the draw grip. Chunked it. It's gonna be straight, but I chunked it. Wow, did I get there? I did. That was such a generous roll. I chunked the you-know-what out of that, but luckily that rolled out. Oh, it was a +3. I thought that was gonna be a +2. I probably deserved that, but that's one thing with these mats, these artificial mats. I hit not super far behind that, but I definitely chunked it, but the club basically skips off the mat instead of digging into the grass like it would in real life. It skips off the mat and kind of drop kicks into the ball, so you get a little more distance out of a chunk back here than you would in real life. And that was pretty generous for a 5 iron chunk, but it rolled out a lot, so it is what it is. 5th hole, par 4, 400 yards. We'll leave it right there. I did too. I made a decision. I said it before, but I was really getting after it. Those 2 times I came out and practiced, kind of made a decision that I really just gotta swing freely with this club, and if I sky it, I sky it. If I put some marks on it, so be it. But I mean, I think I mentioned before, it's a tool, not a treasure. Basically the idea of, yeah, it's an expensive driver and I want to keep it nice, but I can't be swinging easy on it just for the one-off shot that I sky it or mess it up on accident. So I'm gonna try to kind of go after it a little bit more without quite as much worry about the cosmetic look of the driver, if that makes sense. Higher on the face and very heely. We'll see what happens with that. It wasn't horrendous, but it definitely wasn't great. Probably 250-ish maybe. 247. That was weird. I kind of, granted I've only hit it once with the new settings on the driver, but that I hit it heely. It kind of came up a hit here, but it felt like it was just gonna nosedive, which it kind of did. Didn't really stay in the air a ton. All right, 154 up 1, so should be a good stock 9 iron here. Toey. It's gonna come out left, but I hit it halfway decent. I should get there. Ooh, landed soft. 145. That was pretty toe side, but we're on. Standing a little bit too far away from that one, I think. I think that may happen a couple times where since I'm opening up my stance, I think I'm kind of backing up away from the ball a little bit more. Lately, when I came out here and I was hitting it good, the last couple times I was trying to stand a little bit closer to the ball and more over it. I'm thinking maybe if I'm opening my stance a little bit further away, I don't know. Little tweaks here and there. 2 over through 5. 6th hole, par 5. 5, 6, 7. Let's see if I can finally connect on one. Low and up the right. It'll be in the fairway. It's coming back left, but trying to go after it a little bit more. It's just doesn't help when you're all over the face. I'd be curious. That one felt relatively quick-ish. I guess not. 102, 141. Only hit up on it 0.1. Well, never mind. I stand corrected. That wasn't that quick. Probably losing a little bit of speed and stamina too, the longer I'm out here. But the other day when I was out here, I was up towards 105, 110. But granted, I wasn't playing around, so I was just kind of freely swinging and going after it. But long way home. 4 hybrid. Two times hitting it, chunked it both times. $205-yard chunk. Again, luckily it's a par 5, so. And we're in the fairway, 114 down 1. All right. This is gonna be pretty close to a full approach wedge here, which is 51 degrees. This is my 770 approach wedge. Let's see. Occasionally I've got this thing up to 120, 125, so hopefully I don't hit it that good. So that's why I said about 90. I'm gonna choke down a little bit and not swing as much out of my shoes. That could be trouble. That was very thin, and it was left. Went soft. Well, just what I was talking about. You gotta love it. 133-yard skull job. Oh boy. Had pretty low expectations coming out here. First time playing in a month. For a round, that is. Played pretty well the first time, the first executive round, so my expectations kind of came up a little bit. Now I'm getting brought back down to earth, so not going to get angry, not going to get frustrated. I didn't expect a whole lot coming out here anyways, so we're just going to go with it and hopefully find the silver lining and hit some decent shots in between some of these bad ones. 19 yards, 10%, so we need another 2, 22-ish. I guess we'll try the 60. Pulls it a little bit left. We'll see. That possibly may be long too. And it's soft. That works. Still getting used to those wedges too. I really like the milling on them, but haven't hit them a ton. Definitely better than my old ones that I had. All in all, not horrendous. Granted, there's only 2 tee boxes, so we're 2 over through 6. Not terrible. Definitely could be a little bit better here, but 7th hole par 4, 354. Let's give this one a ride, shall we? Alright, that was hit better. It's up the right. We'll see. Coming back a little bit. I think it's just going to stay out there. That was kind of just a block, but that was better. Better contact too. We'll see what we got out of that one. 278. 101 still. That seemed quicker than that, but I guess I am kind of bundled up. 148 though. Ball speed jumped up because I hit it a little bit more center. Attack angle though, it says down. Maybe I need to go eventually back to the taller tee or just swing up on it more, but that's not ideal for a big 300-yard bomb hitting down on it, 1.7, if that's accurate. But it is what it is. What was my... Yeah, so club path right, club face. That's why I just kind of stayed out there a little bit. But, alright, we'll take that. Again, home tee hero, you get some generous rollout in the fairway off the drives, plus there's no wind, and I can just swing freely without worrying about hitting people, hitting houses, hitting trees, losing the ball, etc. So, off the tee, a little bit further here than probably what I'd be doing in real life. Just keep that in mind. Don't want to pretend that I'm hitting, that was 278, like I do that every single time off the tee box, as you guys see in my on-course videos, so I'm not that delusional, believe me. 76 yards, down one, and we're in the rough. So 75 plus another 7, 8 yards, 82-ish. I'm gonna go approach wedge, and the best that I can hit about 75, 80 yards. Very toey. It's gonna be left. See if I got the distance right. Big bounce. Go, 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 go. Did I get it there or no? +2, barely. Alright. Par works. Two holes left. 8th hole, par 3. 162 down 9. So that brings us to 153. Should be a good, smooth, stock standard 9-iron. Just a tad thin, a little bit toey. Should get there. Generous bounce, I'll take that. That one left an imprint. That's where I made contact with that one. Can we get that in there? Yeah, right there. So just a tad low. It was like half a groove low and toey, but that's one thing with those irons, or these irons rather. You don't hit them quite dead center, which I usually don't. For that one, takes a little bit of distance off, just being a tad low in the face and towards the toe side. Hopefully I can show you one. Maybe not after this. Only one hole left, but maybe the next if I play. Definitely gonna play one more round. Maybe 2. Show you guys one that I square up dead center. 9th hole, par 4, 2 over through 8, 379. This is the one that I was talking about. So in real life, this is actually a pretty cool hole. There's water there, and then there's actually, I think there's water. This is almost like an island green. There's water there, and I think there was water behind it too. And there's, over by the clubhouse, basically behind the green, there's a practice water range where people hit flight reduced balls and they float. Or, yeah, I think they float, but they get them back somehow, and you hit balls into the water. So there's water there on the right, and I'm pretty sure there was water behind there too, which was that practice range. And you got people that are hitting balls or sitting by the clubhouse watching you. Pretty interesting finishing hole. Pretty much same exact strike location. It's going to be out to the right, and I don't think it's going to come back a ton, but it was hit halfway decent. I mean, that's 2 right in the same exact spot. Dead center of the club face is just maybe a half a ball towards the heel. And again, with me opening my stance and changing my grip, they're kind of starting right and staying right versus coming back. So I've got to find a little bit of a happy medium in between there, but at least something that I'm doing out of the things that I've changed: the driver setup, the tee height, the breathing thing, the grip, and my stance. Been able to find closer to the middle of the club face on those last couple. So 120 down 1, and we'll need another 12. So that brings us to 132, 131. Alright, pitching wedge, gotta trust it. I need a lot of carry here, but that's the club I gotta hit. Just gotta hit it well. Oh, I popped it up. Dead center of the club face, but I popped it up. Should get there though. Go, 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 go. Wow. Barely. I think I hung back on that. Gotta have my weight shift it more to the left and keep my weight more on my left foot. Kind of hit down on it more, compress the ball, not have a pop-up like that, which is frustrating too, because like I said, I wiped it off, but that was dead center of the club face. I just didn't compress it. All right, 14 up 1, and we're in the rough, so 60 degree. Overall, not too bad. That would have sucked to hit it in the water there, but luckily we're dry, and barring a complete skull job mishap here, got a halfway decent score, I think. Popped it up to the left, we'll see what happens. Ooh. I don't know about that. I thought that was going to be a little bit further left than just shy of the pin, but we will take it. So let's take a look at this scorecard. Not my best, not my worst overall. Not too bad. So from Bonifay Country Club, the Fort Walton course. One thing I did notice, I don't know why, Garmin has this spelled W-A-L-T-I-N, and it's definitely W-A-L-T-O-N. And funny enough, when you go into the other ones, so within Home Tee Hero here, considering it's a 27-hole basically complex with obviously 3 different 9s, you can either play like I did here, each individual 9, or you can go through and you can do the combination. So for example, you could go like Fort Walton for your front, and then Destin for your back or whatever. And the other ones, it showed they had it spelled correctly, so I don't know why this one is spelled incorrectly, just as a side note. But anyways, we ended up with a 2 over 38, so 4 out of 7 fairways. A couple decent drives in there, kind of left them out to the right, but a couple not so great ones. 7 out of 9 greens in regulation, we'll take that. 18 putts, so right at 2 putts per hole, not horrendous. Ideally want to be closer to 1.5, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. So overall, not too bad. I think the settings that I have the driver on are going to benefit me, probably where I need to be more in the long run going forward. So I'm going to leave those there. Hopefully I can square things up a little bit better, maybe shoot something a little bit closer to even, or maybe even under. We'll see. I'm going to do the Pensacola course coming up next, and I believe that's the one that has an even crazier finishing 9th hole. So make sure you guys, I guess it'll be next week, you check out the video. I'm curious to see what it looks like here on the Home Tee Hero, because it was pretty wild. I played that Pensacola course, I believe it is, twice when I was there last time, so I got an idea of what I'm in for the 9th hole as a plane goes over. And Nosy wanted that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate the support you guys show the channel. It really does help out if you guys just leave a quick like on the video, a quick comment, whether it's a paragraph or just one word comment. All the extra engagement really helps the channel and gets some of these videos out in front of new people. But until next time, guys, see you at the next course.